Hey guys, Dave here. Hope you're having a good day. Today I find myself down at Wakefield Park in Goulburn, which is about 2 hours southwest of Sydney, and I'm taking part in a Trackschool Trackday. It's the first time I've taken the MX5 out on the track. It's my first time at Wakefield Park, so I'm a little bit nervous, but hopefully it's going to be a great day. You always hear about how good the MX5 is on track, so I thought it's about time I get down here and give it a shot. And doing it with the guys from Trackschool means that you have instructors on hand to help you out, iron out any bad habits, and hopefully improve your driver skill. So we're about to head into the driver briefing now, and then it's onto the track. So join us and hopefully we have a good time. Alright, so first session done. Pretty nerve-wracking actually, getting out there. The car itself seemed to do alright. The weakest part is easily me. So I'll see if I can get an instructor to sit in with me for the next session and figure out exactly what I'm doing wrong. The time, let's just call it the baseline and see how we improve from there for today. It was pretty slow though, I'll give you the tip. But miles of fun. The brakes actually held up a lot better than I thought they would. I thought they were going to go pretty quick, but so far nothing. Probably because I'm not going fast enough to use them. So next session, here we come. Sit rep. Went out for the second session with the instructor and managed to take off 6.3 seconds from a baseline time, which I'm pretty stoked about. And of course, that's with getting a whole bunch of information bombarded at you, you're trying to process and all that sort of stuff. So for my third session, going to go out solo, hopefully put into practice what I've been taught. The car is performing perfectly. Brakes, not an issue at all, and it's a 30-degree day today, so it is pretty warm. Getting some understeer, but I think that's more an issue for me, just to not jump off the brakes too early. So anyway, third session's about to start. I'll throw the GoPro on and we'll record a few laps and see how we go. So this is coming onto the front straight here at Wakefield Park. Third gear onto the straight, popping into fourth, and hitting about 160 k's an hour. Just as I look for the kink here, put it in. Got a little bit brave, a little bit less brave throughout the day, depending on how I was feeling. Turn two, fun corner, but I kept being told, use more road, use more road. Anyway, climbing up the hill now, popping into fourth, send it over, and this corner, this left-hander here, I found that I never really found a consistent line. Probably could say that about the whole lap, to be honest. Anyway, that section that we just saw there, the car was amazing just to let it back in, come over the crest, down the hill. This right-hander, you can just really let it sing on this particular lap. I wasn't flat, but you could get it flat. And here's where I had the biggest problems, was braking enough to hit this apex, which is in there somewhere. I didn't get it that time, but I found it a little bit more difficult to get that over there. But still, it was fun. Throwing it through this section here was unreal. The car just wanted to float across the top of the road, and that's where the MX5 was actually a hell of a lot of fun. Coming along here now to the final corner, big braking application, down to third. Probably could go second if you wanted, but I didn't see the need to. Roll on the throttle nice and early, onto the front straight, and that's a lap done at Wakefield Park. Probably the slowest lap you've ever watched. So fourth session done. I ended up beating my baseline by 11 seconds, so that actually puts me at a 119.4, which I'm really happy about. Today's been absolutely unreal. I've had 4 sessions. I think I might call it quits there. The instruction from the guys here has just been unreal, and the car has just been absolutely flawless. Brakes have just stayed nice and strong the whole time, perhaps maybe just going off ever so slightly at the end of that session, but honestly not a problem at all. And I think it really is just a matter of learning to really get into the car and just realise it is so capable. So at the beginning of the day I said that I was a little worried that, considering the hype the MX5 gets as being such an amazing track car, I wondered if I'd overhyped it in my head and I was going to go away disappointed, but
Absolutely not. Today has been absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to get back here, and at least now I know what the car does completely stock. So as it rolls off the factory line, that's how you see it today. So it's got the stock tyres, alignment, nothing done. So if I do any changes to the car, I can come back and see what difference they've made. And obviously the biggest difference is going to be learning and developing new skills. So thanks very much for watching. If you're thinking about coming down to Wakefield Park to do a track day with the guys at Trackschool, I'll put their website in the description below. It's a really good day out, very well organised. The guys are heaps approachable. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching. So just before I let you guys go, now I'm home, I realised I never actually talked about what the car was like on the track. So I said how I was worried that it was, because there's so much hype about how good an MX5 is, that I would have built it up too much in my mind and I'll go away disappointed, but thankfully I wasn't. But I never actually said what the car was like on track. So, as I said, it was my first time at the track, so my technique is obviously pretty rubbish, but things I did notice is, yes, it is down on power. Wakefield Park has a pretty long front straight. I was hitting around 160, maybe probably a little bit less than that, going through turn 1, which is really just a kink, and nailing the brakes for turn 2. Whereas I know the guy that was in the pit stall next to me in his Porsche Boxster, he was hitting about 200 k's. Now, that was a Porsche Boxster Spider, but he was hitting about 200 k's an hour. So it gives you an idea that, yeah, okay, it is down on power. Thankfully, Wakefield Park, it's quite a free-flowing circuit. It's not tight. It's not massively open. It's very much a momentum circuit, which the MX5 loved. So there was a lot of body roll. At one point, I was pinned to the driver's door as I was going through a left-hander, which was kind of funny. So certainly some suspension work would be beneficial, but at the same time, the character of the car, how playful it was, I was able to really back it into corners, and it was a hell of a lot of fun. Another thing I want to mention is the stability control. So I actually left the stability control on, and to be honest with you, it saved my ass a couple of times, especially in the first session where you don't really know the circuit all that well, came into a few corners way too hot and stepped the rear of the car out. And to be fair, it let it get to a certain angle and then it just slowly guided it back into the right line. So Mazda really nailed the stability control on these cars. It's not intrusive, but you know it's there if you really do get it wrong. And what I found was, later on in the sessions, less and less I would see the light flicker. So obviously I was going quicker, but I was doing it in a more controlled manner. So I didn't really feel like I lost any time by leaving it on, and I think I definitely saved a few offs. So I was pretty happy with that. And yeah, ultimately I'm just really happy with how the car performed. Didn't miss a beat. Temperature gauge didn't move at all. Brakes were fine. Fluids are fine. Drove the 2 hours down up the highway home perfectly fine, and actually did it with the air conditioning on because it was still 30 degrees on the way home. So honestly, the MX5 has hugely exceeded my expectations. I'm really glad I went down to Wakefield to do a track day, and hopefully I'll be able to do some more soon. So once again, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.